Hey folks, Keith with 93 Lumber coming back at you with another episode of Sunday's Spirit. Or Spirits. I haven't decided. And this is a thing where I'm going to drink spirits. Going to be tasting and sampling, which both mean the same thing, spirits. And on this episode, I am going to be drinking an Icelandic whiskey that I've had for over a year because I bought it last January on our way back because when Katie and I went to the Isle of Man, we had layovers both there and back in Iceland. So I picked this up on our way back in the airport. And yeah, I haven't opened it because I wanted to review it and then I never got around to it and I just put it off in life and stuff, you know. Please excuse my pronunciation for some of these things. I did do a little research, so I think I roughly know how to pronounce these things. But this is Flóki. It is an Icelandic single malt whiskey, sheep dung smoked reserve, and it is from the Eimverk Distillery, I believe. It is Eimverk, and yeah, I've been having trouble with my camera focusing, so I don't know if that's in focus or not. One day I'll get like a better thing or whatever. It says grain to glass in Iceland. Dung smoked reserve, and there's a little bit of thingy on here. I also have a couple things I pulled up on here that I wanted to read off, but I'll read the bottle first. Flóki single malt whiskey, sheep dung smoked reserve, is handcrafted from 100% Icelandic barley smoked using traditional Icelandic methods passed down for generations. This limited reserve of Flóki is a single barrel bottling aged 3 years in ex-Flóki Young Malt casks. Distilled from Icelandic barley, 3 years old. It is barrel 21, I think that says. Bottle 190, and the year is 2021. So yeah, single barrel bottling. They have a few different ones that they produce of Flóki, but I will read this thing here. Eimverk is a family-operated distillery founded in 2009 with the mission to make premium Icelandic liquors strictly from local ingredients. We produce 3 spirits: Flóki, our single malt whiskey, Vor, I think it's pronounced, or Var, V-O-R. I didn't prep some of these other words. Our pot distilled gin, and Vidi, our signature version of Icelandic Brennivin. Our whiskey Flóki is the first of its kind in Iceland, handcrafted with 4 years of 163 trial distillations and maturation tests to ensure the perfect recipe. I don't know how to pronounce some of this shit, even though that's not an Icelandic word. That's just a English word. We use our own custom-made distillation equipment to extract full flavor from the barley and mature the whiskey in new American oak casks. The result is a complex malt with a unique blend of characteristics found in bourbon, Scotch, and Irish whiskeys. And then there's a whole thing about about this particular bottle, so I am going to read that as well. Get yourself burnt. About Flóki single malt sheep dung smoked. Our sheep dung smoked reserve is a truly unique smoked malt. Here we apply an old traditional Icelandic smoking style using sheep dung to smoke the barley. For centuries, Icelanders used this smoking method to preserve food and heat houses. To this day, it is used for traditional food preparation and Icelandic malt crafting. The result is a truly unique whiskey with a complex flavor profile. Sweet, smoky notes complement the intense flavor of the Icelandic barley and a rich, lingering aftertaste that brings you back to the farm you worked on decades ago. Flóki Flóki sheep dung smoked single malt is handcrafted and produced from 100% locally farmed Icelandic barley smoked using traditional Icelandic methods and materials. It is a single barrel whiskey aged for 3 years in ex-Flóki Young Malt barrels under the base of Mount Hekla. And that part's not important. And then, just for funsies, to get some pronunciations, I put them into Google Translate. And apparently Eimverk means end pain in English. And then Flóki means complex, according to Google Translate. If that's wrong, it's not my fault. Now, let's get to the goods. This is the first time I'm opening this. Ooh. Got my little Glencairn. Oops. Ooh. So yeah, it's a light. I kind of want to say it's kind of like a honey color, but like at a certain angle, there's like a shadow that goes through, and it makes it look like a little more caramel kind of color. But yeah, that looks nice. Let's was there something floating around in there? No, it's just the glass. Let's get a nose on it. There's a really cool thing going on in here, and I am going to. Clara's in here and she's jumping up and down. Hi, Clara. What is that? It's like a leathery, but it's it's really cool. It kind of smells like, it kind of has a little bit of like a new leathery kind of thing. It also has a and I feel like there's a better description for this, but it's registering in my head as like a kind of like a vegetal kind of not vegetal. Clara, what are you doing? Kind of like a, I mean, I guess like a very, for lack of a better word, like just like a very, what's like, it kind of just smells like barley. I feel like there's a better way to describe it, but it smells like barley. Yeah. What was this? 47% alcohol by volume. I forgot to mention that. Clara's trying to get into the closet. Clara. I have too many distractions in here. Man, there is almost, I know I said honey in the talking about the color. Clara, knock it off. But there is almost like a honey sweetness in the aroma. Man, and there's that one thing in there that I can't fucking put my finger on. And I don't get it in every whiff, but I don't know, whatever. Let's get to the taste, shall we? Cheers. Oh, that's weird. In a good way. Yeah. Ooh. That is super cool. I don't think I've had... Yeah, the way that that smokiness comes off is not like nothing I've ever had before, which is why it's so cool. Yeah, a little bit of leather. Not getting... I thought I was going to get a little bit of that honey thing in the taste, but... I am not getting it as much. There is a sweetness to it, but it doesn't come off like the honey thing that I got in the nose. Man. What is that? It's like... It kind of it doesn't smell like this, but like the first thing that comes to mind is like new car smell. Yeah. It's very the thing said lingering aftertaste that brings you back to the farm you worked on decades ago, which is a very good description, because this does remind me of like it does have like a very like farmy... Goose is going freaking crazy right now. I don't know if it's the sheep dung thing going on, or probably, or at least part of it. Yeah. I'm not up on my descriptors for whiskey or really spirits in general, so this is going to be a learning experience for me and probably some people watching. Yeah, actually the sweetness comes off. I would say it comes off more caramel. It doesn't it's more of like I want to say like a deeper sweetness than like honey. I feel like honey's, or at least most honey, or most of the honey that people get are like a brighter sweetness. This is more of like I don't know if I'm describing that right, but whatevs. I got this little bit of like it reminded me of apples, and then immediately I was reminded of these things I had, like I haven't had or seen them in years, but the apple chips, they're basically just like dehydrated apple slices. And yeah. That's weird. Yeah. This is super interesting. I'm mad at myself for not I just blanked. Opening this sooner. But you know, it happens. So I'm not sure. I've never seen this in the States, but when I was looking around their website, they said they do distribute and stuff. So I don't know if you can get it in some places in the States. But if not, you can go to Iceland. It's worth it. We were only in the airport, but it was still kind of cool. Or it was cool. But like, not as cool as it would have been like leaving the airport is what I meant by kind of. But yeah. So I'm gonna try to do this every week. I have a couple. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna put a little bit of cold water or maybe an ice cube in it and see how it changes it. But I'm gonna try to do something like this once a week, maybe every other week, because I can't afford to buy a new bottle of a new bottle every week. So the first ones I'm going to do are things that I have not opened yet, not necessarily things I haven't had. And then maybe if I need to, I'll do something that I have had but haven't like sat down and like really drank and thought about it or whatever. So yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Let me know your thoughts about this, or maybe suggestions on what kind of spirits you would like to see. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Taking care of yourselves, taking care of each other. You can like this video if you would like to. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. You can follow me on Instagram at 93lumber. That's spelled out 93lumber. And we will see you in the next one. Cheers.